Thanks for listening to LTG Radio, the Leon Thomas Group Radio Network. It's now time for NRG This Week. NRG stands for Network Referral Group. To learn more about NRG, go to their website, NRG.Online. It's now time for another episode of NRG This Week.
Hey everybody, I'm Leon Thomas here with NRG CEO and founder Mike Weiner. Hey Mike, how are you?
Hey Leon, I am doing super groovy. How about you?
Everything is right on, right on. He says he's super groovy. Every week there's a different level of groovy, Mike. Sometimes it's really groovy, sometimes it's great groovy, and the day it's super groovy. What's happening to make you super groovy?
Leon, I'm so glad you asked. There is so much going on. About a week ago, a little less than a week, we just signed up a new member. We are now in Europe. So we're in 4 countries. I've been manifesting 10 countries by 2025. So we're across the US and we're in 4 countries. And we got a big event coming up, Leon. It's Friday, December 13th, 4:30 p.m. Eastern on my Zoom number. It is going to be NRG, a look into 2025. There's my Zoom code on the screen, and it's going to be great. Lori is going to be there with me. Tanya's going to be there, a lot of NRG, and we're going to take a look into the future, Leon. It's kind of like Back to the Future, but yeah, like I don't know if Michael J. Fox is stopping by, but it's going to be a great event, and it's going to be. I'm just pumped, man. We're inviting prospects to come see and get a feel of the culture of NRG.
And give me the dates on that again, please, Mike. What's the date and time for that, please?
Absolutely. Friday, December 13th. The scheduled time is 4:30 to 5 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be short, but we are going to stay around for questions. It's going to be on my Zoom number, and I'm looking forward to it. We've got a lot of NRG that'll be there, all of my key people, my team captains, and it's going to be an amazing event. So please come out, check it out, get ready to really take your networking into the next level. And that'll be Friday, December 13th, 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time.
And folks, you can go to NRG.Online to learn more about Network Referral Group. You can also contact Mike directly. His email is mike@networkreferralgroup.com. Again, that's mike@networkreferralgroup.com. And you can also call him or text him. His phone number is 443-756-9656. So that's how you get in touch with Mike. December 13th. And if you've never used a Zoom meeting number, which I came across someone that hadn't done it before. They're like, I have a number, but I don't know how to use it. Here's what you do. You go to Zoom, right? You go to zoom.us, and up at the top, it says join. You click on join, it'll say meeting number. You just put in that meeting number. And Mike, what's your meeting number again?
367-333-9689. I'll let you in from the waiting room. There's no password.
All right. So everybody has that now. Looking forward to seeing all of you joining in on that to find out the look ahead on what's going on at NRG in 2025. I should have binoculars.
Yeah, I can see it with binoculars.
But
Absolutely.
I don't have binoculars, but we have an NRG executive with us today. And before the show, Mike, I was conducting as she does.
You go a little bit different conducting.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm bringing out my inner Lawrence Welk. Let's bring on Lori
Lawrence,
Lundeen.
well,
Lori,
that's going
let's
back.
bring Lori on. Hi, Lori. How are
That's
you?
awesome. I'm doing wonderful.
Good.
Wonderful.
How am I doing? And a 1 and a 2. How am I doing?
You're doing great. I would love to coach you on that.
Oh, well, no, I don't want to get coached on this. This for sure. No, or how about this?
That works too.
That
Jazz
works
band,
too.
especially.
Okay,
Big
right.
band music, right? Big
That's
band.
right. That's right. You got it. Lori, how you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. Doing really
Good.
well.
Right on.
Nice to be here with you guys again. I love being here with you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's good.
Awesome.
So now I attended an NRG meeting yesterday, and I
Yes.
hear that you attend a lot of them as well. Tell us what or Mike, maybe you can tell us what Lori does for NRG, a very, very valuable member of your team. How about explain to our audience?
Absolutely. Yeah. Let me give Lori a big introduction because Lori and I have been working together. It's almost 3 years now. And she was brought to me by a good friend of ours, Brilly, here in Baltimore. And we had a phone call, and Lori joined immediately before she even came to a meeting. She and I connected. I'm really big on law of attraction, and vibrationally, we were at the same place. So we connected immediately. And I remember I was actually out in a parking lot on a phone call with her and Brilliant. I'm like, this woman has got her act together. She's saving lives. She's saving kids and males and females, adults and children. And oh my God, she's doing God's work. It's just amazing. And Leon, remember that show Touched by an Angel back in the 80s? Lori could have been one of those angels. She is the sweetest woman. She was in town in May in Frederick, Maryland. We had a Journey tribute band, and that's the first time I met her, and we shared dinner together. And she's got her foundation. She's a very big holistic person, which I like. I'm big into that as well. And she came to me, Leon, and said, Mike, I know you're working 36 Zooms a week, 6,000 hours a week. Where can I help you? And her attitude of gratitude, her willing to serve, it's just amazing. And Lori's 1 in a trillion, not million or billion or trillion. She's super, super, super groovy, Leon. And she came to me and we figured out a strategy. And her role can't even be defined. She comes to most of the meetings I'm with. She does a riveting testimonial. She describes what she does with her business. She's a true blessing to me, to everyone that she impacts, and the world's a better place. I almost feel like singing a song from the 60s, but I'm not going to do that because what's that song? I'd like to teach the world to sing in perfect harmony because she was showing you how to conduct, Leon, right? So she's
I'd like
amazing.
to
There
teach
you
the
go. I'd like
world
to teach to sing in
harmony.
perfect
Then and
harmony.
everybody comes on behind us and they keep coming. Right, right, right.
That's
Yeah.
an old song. That's an old ditty, but
And
that's
what
a
was the
good song.
product though? What was the
So,
product they were selling with that?
um,
There was a product with that.
it wasn't Baltimore Colts football, was it? That old, way back in the day
Uh,
before the Ravens.
we're not allowed to talk sports on the show. Okay, but yeah, I remember that.
It
Yeah.
probably was men's cologne or deodorant or Old Spice or something like that. I don't remember, but anyway, Lori's amazing. I love Lori. She knows that, and I'm just super proud to be not only in business with her, but to be her friend and confidant. And I run ideas by her, Leon, because I wake up at 3 in the morning. I don't call her at 4 normally. I might Facebook Messenger at 4:30 her time, 7:30 my time. The lady does not sleep, but I'll run ideas by her, and she'll. What I love about Lori, she will not pull any strings. She won't say something to pacify me. She'll tell me the truth. If she likes it, she likes it. If she doesn't like it, she'll bring up the concern, and she'll do it in a very polite um, way that she's not there to hurt my feelings. That I'm pretty tough anyway. But Leon, I'm just excited to have her here, and I wanted to bring her in. We're almost at the end of the year. We're weeks away, days away, and she's a big part of where we're going in the new year. And that's really why I wanted to bring her here. I can't think of any more adjectives, but I think Angel is one of those. I really do. She could have been one of the lead angels in that show Touched by an Angel. And I'm not going to, there is an Angel song, but I'm not going to sing that one.
Right on, right on. Well, now we were talking about that song, right? And we have one of our interns is watching the show, and
Yeah.
they sent me a link to what may be that song you're talking about. Now, this is going to be a blind play,
Is this
right?
Touched by an Angel? The
This is not
actual,
touched by the angel, but hang tight with me here.
all
I
right.
think you'll like what they sent. If we don't like it, they're fired, right? So
No pressure, no pressure.
no pressure at all here. Let's check out what has just arrived.
I like to teach the world to sing.
Right here, Mom?
Hmm.
You just can't imagine what it felt like. I'd
Oh my
like
gosh.
to fly the world a home and furnish it with
Oh, it's
love.
something else. No, the same.
It was Coke, wasn't
It
it?
was Coke. Oh, there we go. Okay.
I haven't thought of
Anyway.
that song, Leon, in decades. And, I'd like to teach the world to network would be my theme song, I guess, there, right?
Oh, there it is. I
So
like it. I like it.
your interns get to live another day, like Jack Bauer in 24.
They
They
get
get to
to
live
they get
another day. So
they
there
get
you
to
go.
live on. So, Lori, Mike is saying all these groovy, wonderful things for you, and I know that you did not pay him to say it
I did not.
because I've had some interactions with you, and yes, you are that lady.
Thank you. You guys
Yes, yes, you
appreciate that.
are. So now we were talking before the show, and I want to have this conversation with you, and then I'll back away to our producers. We're going to go with this one without any midpoint breaks today. Lori, we were talking some about some things that you do away from NRG and some things you do away from your foundation. Something about music? What's up with? Is that a piano that I see back there anyway? What's that?
And there's some beautiful flutes and
Yeah,
drums, guitar, and all kinds of things back there.
yeah. Tell us all about your music and your career there.
Well, my background is music and theater. I have a master's degree in conducting. I have sung in Carnegie Hall, Notre Dame Cathedral, Westminster Abbey. I conduct in the Bay Area here in California. I do orchestras, choirs. I've done bands. I've taught every class in music and every class in theater, from kindergarten all the way to professional. So beginning all the way up, and
Lori.
piano as well, and voice, and yeah, that's my background. And
You,
it's been a really amazing journey how it's transferred, pivoted
yeah.
from to where I'm at today. But it's still a big part of what I do. I perform and conduct a lot. So yeah, it's good.
Mike, did you hear the Carnegie Hall? Where else, Lori? The venues
Notre Dame
said that?
Cathedral.
Notre Dame
Westminster Abbey,
Cathedral,
yeah, many
Westminster Abbey.
places across Europe and
You,
States.
wow.
Yeah.
You ain't going there saying ain't.
No, it's been an amazing journey. I've really been blessed.
Thanks,
been
Mike.
blessed.
You caught that one. You caught that.
I did.
You ain't going there saying ain't. Good for you. Good for you, Lori.
Yeah, it's
Right
been beautiful.
on. Yeah, that's one of the cool things about networking. You get to learn more about folks, and you never know where that connection could lead to. How cool is that? Yeah, how
Yeah,
cool is that? Mike, I'm gonna back out for a while. You and Lori go ahead and chat. When it's time for me to come back on, I shall come back on
love it.
scratching the back.
Conducting. Appreciate you, Leon. Thank you. So, Lori, appreciate you being here today. You're kind of, I realized I had not invited anyone in. I've been so busy. Talk about, let's start with you first. We're gonna do a couple different things, but your foundation, what was the reason you started your foundation, and what is your mission with your foundation?
Well, the reason I started it is because it was inspired. I was inspired to start it. And it came after some major pivotal moments in my life and my career. I went from being a music and theater teacher and performer and conductor, all of those things, to going through a health journey with an incurable illness that I healed naturally from, going into coaching people in life and health and marketing. All of these things were pivots that came in my life and in my path, which are now a part of what I do and how I serve people around the world. I developed the skills I needed to do what I'm doing today. And in that coaching journey, I was brought a young man from Kenya who came to me needing help. That's where I was inspired during coaching him to start a global nonprofit organization. And it has just been incredible. He's now one of my managers over in Kenya. He's incredible. But all of the people to make it happen were brought to me. All of the opportunities, the things that I needed, the resources and tools that I needed to do this along my path were given to me to prepare me, including focusing my life on love and connection for 7 years. That was one of those pieces, those pivotal moments in my life that prepared me to be able to do what I'm doing today. And so now we're serving people around the world who are in need. We're saving lives, as you said. We're transforming lives. We're educating. We're providing opportunity, providing business and opportunity to people who are in poverty in the slum areas of many countries, to be able to create businesses and be self-reliant and to want to give back and be part of the giving. We're bringing nations together in service, unity, and love. And we're doing it through a unique process, which is reaching out to the one in their unique needs, serving individuals, families, and organizations, helping to meet their immediate need, helping them become self-reliant and want to give back. And it's just been so beautiful to be able to save thousands literally of lives, and to serve many orphan children, to rescue children and adults and disabled individuals, to be able to provide life for those that are losing their life. It's been incredible. Providing
amazing.
burials for people in need. I mean, there's a lot of things we've been able to do.
No, that's amazing. I remember when Burley introduced us and we had a phone call, and I remember you telling me you were in several countries with, I think you've got 26 now that are lined up ready for you to come in there.
Waiting.
And I remember thinking, and I don't know if I even shared this with you, God, I'd love NRG to go international. And now we're going international. You're already international. And, one of my goals with NRG is to manifest 10 countries by 2025. And, you and I haven't even really sat down and said, well, you're here, you're there. I know roughly where you are, but think about a year from now, Lori, when we have you back on the show, where you could potentially be, where NRG could be. And, for the folks watching, collaboration is one of the biggest things about networking that a lot of people just don't get.
Right.
And that's why we're creating the NRG University, which the Leon Thomas Group is helping us produce. We're going to have videos for that. But, the work you're doing, Lori, is absolutely amazing. Some people, and I'm one of your, I guess the word is donors, right? I do it on a monthly basis. I think a lot of people are under the misconception that you have to donate a lot of money. So take 2 minutes, share with people if they want to be a repeat, if they want to be quarterly, what's the dollar commitment? Because I think a lot of people are like, well, if I can't send $1,000, it's not worth it. So tell us what the minimum is that they could do. And, if someone were to donate, let's say they look at their taxes at the end of the year and they make a tax donation, which is a great idea now. How many kids would $500 feed, or $1,000? I'll let you pick the number, but I don't think people are aware of this. Yeah.
I'll share some information there. I actually call it Giving Heart Partners. They're sponsors, donors who want to donate and become part of our support team, part of the team to help make the global impact that we're making. And I have people doing recurring donations from $5 a month up to whatever. I mean, it could be any amount max, right? It could be anything, but $5, $10, $25, $100. They can even do it annually. They can do a contribution annually. I have one business that is just starting out. They didn't have many resources. They're doing $15 a year just to get started. And then they're going to edit that and change it as they're able to do that. I don't have a minimum amount, really. $5 is what the platform takes as the minimum, but it can be whatever the people have and want to give. I'm grateful. $65 will save a life from malaria, will treat malaria. Malaria is the biggest killer in all of Africa. And they died. My first burial was an 11-year-old boy who died in 2 days from malaria. I saved his brother for $65, but we didn't know in time for the first boy. $65 is so small, yet so many people are dying from that. We have orphanages. We have, for less than $300 a month, we can feed 100 children or more for that entire month. So if you can just imagine the number of people we can save through food with such a small amount. I mean, imagine 100 kids a whole month long, feeding them, keeping them sustained so they can live for less than $300. You know, it's just unbelievable. And yet those same children go 5 days with no food because they have.
That's absolutely amazing. I just wrote that down. $300 can feed 1,000 kids for a month. Think about that.
Over 100 kids for a month. Yeah, over 100
for 100 kids for over a month. That's just amazing. It's an amazing statistic. So, you know, what I would encourage you to do if you're watching this and you're at the end of the year, you're watching this soon, 2024, you know, go ahead and make a donation to Lori's Foundation. If you're looking at this in the future, which will be the present, we won't even go there because this is put on YouTube and shared on Facebook and LinkedIn. You know, reach out to Lori, reach out to me. I can easily connect you guys. But, you know, it's absolutely amazing. So, Lori, I want to, before we talk a little bit about NRG and your role and some of the things you're excited about, you made a statement a couple minutes ago, and I see on Facebook every day somebody's sick. Somebody's going to a hospital. Someone is on drugs or this or that or whatever. You talked about an incurable disease, and you and I really haven't, we've talked about it, but we haven't talked about it. What did you do? Maybe take 2-3 minutes. There's a lot of people that have sickness. And I think I shared a story. I'd heard someone had cancer, a lady, and she and her husband, they were told, go home and watch comedy for, I'm not saying this works. I'm not saying it doesn't work, but they watched comedy for a weekend. And when she went back to the doctor, the cancer was gone. Now, I think that's very intriguing, but you know, law of attraction, we can manifest a lot more than we think we can.
It's true.
What did you do to beat this incurable disease, which, by the way, a doctor in a white lab coat said you're not going to win. You're not going to beat it, right? So what did you do? What did Lori Lundeen do to face this head on and knock it on its rear end? Because I'd love for you to share that.
You know, it was an amazing journey. I was told I would have 9 pills a day for the rest of my life, and I would never, ever be able to get off the medication. I was told by the doctor not to even try. And so I started studying the illness, and I saw other people were dying. They had chemotherapy. They had their gut removed through surgeries. And I was like, I have to find a different path. So I dove into health and wellness while I was still a music and theater teacher, performing arts teacher full-time. And I became a board certified health coach. I became an optimal life designer. I became a certified essential oil coach. And I began trying things, figuring out my own path. I did essential oils. I did herbs. I did healthy food. I went to organic food and grass-fed meats and clean, very clean food. I took out all of the packaged processed stuff out of my diet. I removed a lot of the dairy, a lot of the sugar. I tried all these different things and began to manage it all myself. I was on the medicines less than a year. So I've been off all meds for over 12 years. Okay. So, and I've done everything naturally. I've had no medications since that time, everything, including COVID. Right. When I was in this journey and I was working and learning and trying different things to make it work for myself, I could tell I was managing it, but it wasn't completely gone. And I will tell you, stress kills. So when you talk about being happy and laughing, it's important because stress kills. If you can relieve the stress, that's huge. With this illness, stress triggered symptoms. So when I would become stressed and when I had situations that were difficult in my life, which I did, I would notice the symptoms to come back. And I realized it wasn't completely gone. I met a natural gastroenterologist who was on the East Coast, And I learned his protocol. He had been healing people from these illnesses, this one and others like it, for over 46 years. And they would be rescanned, and the scans would show there was nothing there, like they had never been ill, like there was never a problem. It was gone completely. And so I learned about his protocol. I adapted that into my life and started using that protocol, natural supplements along with certain foods, healthy foods, which allowed my body to heal itself. Now I can eat anything I want. I have no issues with it. And I have no restricted diet. I have no medications. I do natural supplements and vitamins. I do things like that, but I don't have any medications of any kind. So I've been able to do that, and I've had zero symptoms. None of it's there anymore. But I really feel like, it takes courage. It takes consistency. It takes work. But as I look back, I am so grateful that I didn't stick with what the doctor told me. And I would have been on this toxic, which was very toxic medication for the rest of my life. I would have had some symptoms. I would have had restricted diet. Now I've been able to work through that, and I've been able to learn so much in the process to where now I can help others. And I will tell you, our bodies are amazing. Our bodies can heal themselves of almost everything if we provide what they need and allow them to do the job. And I've learned that through this process, and it's been an incredible journey, and I'm grateful. I'm grateful for that problem in my life, because that obstacle, that incurable illness, which caused a lot of stress in the beginning, it was a pivotal moment that shifted me in my career and in my entire life. It shifted everything. And because of that shift, it led me into coaching, developing all those skills, focusing on love and connection, and having a foundation, and being brought into NRG, which none of that would have happened if I had not had that illness and gone through that journey. So I am truly grateful for the obstacles in my life, the trials. They are given to us as blessings to, number one, help us grow, and number two, help us bless others through what we learn. So
what Lori just said is, obstacles are brought here for us to beat, to win.
Yeah.
That to me is a personal responsibility statement versus a victim mentality. Woe is me, I'm sick, I'm dying, I'm hurt, and that's a lot of what Lori and I are all about with NRG. And you're going to see a lot of this in the university, a whole holistic side, because I am desiring to have members that want to grow, they want to network, but they also want to learn about holistic and not be on millions of drugs and with side effects. So, Lori, congratulations, first of all, and thank you for sharing that. So I've got two more questions, and then we'll bring Leon back in. First question is, there's a lot of people that do not know about networking at all. High school, college students, they've started their own business. Maybe they've been laid off because of COVID. They've started their own business. I've got folks millions that have been in a networking group or a leads group and maybe got 2 leads in a year, 2 years. We talked to a gentleman yesterday who really had not had any leads in a couple of years from another organization. What is your message to people about NRG? You probably know me better than any current member. I was going to say living or dead right now, but you know me better than any member. And what would your message be? Someone is interested, they want to get in this year. There are some financial strengths to getting in right now. But if they wait to the new year, they're going to have the universe in the website. What is take 2 minutes and talk about what would be your message to someone thinking about checking out NRG?
Okay, well, I would first of all say that this is the best networking organization I have ever found. And it is different than any other organization I've ever found. It is unique. And it has a family culture that it offers to you. But as a member, you can accept to dive in and do it and build relationships with people. And through those relationships, make other connections, which will bring incredible unbelievable opportunities into your life as it has mine, or you can sit there and say, where are the leads? Why isn't this working for me? And not show up. But it takes a commitment of coming to the meetings. It takes a commitment of reaching out on one-on-ones and getting to know people and developing relationships. That time I spent focusing on love and connection, I believe has really blessed my life in networking, because I truly love the people that I'm meeting. I develop a relationship. And what that does is it opens up access to everyone they know, because they want to serve you. And they may not be your ideal client, but they want to help you in whatever way they can because of the relationship you make with them. If you choose not to make relationships and not to show up at meetings, networking isn't the greatest thing for you, because it won't work. You have to develop the relationships. But when you do, I can't even begin to tell how many incredible, unbelievable opportunities have come to me through people that NRG members have connected me to outside of NRG, other connections. And that has opened doors that have just completely blessed my life and my foundation and my businesses. So it takes some effort. You have to put something in. And I always say the giver truly is the receiver. If you're not willing to give of your time, of your effort, of your talent, of your skill, of everything about you, if you're not willing to give, you're not going to be receiving what you could receive. And that applies completely to networking. When you serve other people in networking, they will serve you back.
Appreciate it, Lori. That was a beautiful answer. And for those of you listening to this, I'm going to encourage you to watch this a second time. One of the things that and I've told Lori this, one of the things I love about Lori, and it's a lost art, is the inflection. If you listen to her, she will pause at certain points. She will make a point, but the inflection, she's never in a monotone. There's no way you're talking to Lori or Mike Weiner and you're falling asleep. It's not going to happen. So, Lori, I'm going to ask you a very visionary question, then we'll bring Leon back in. Where do you see NRG going? You and I have talked, my vision with the university and the website and the referral program, and, like Norman would say, yada, yada, yada. Where do you see NRG going? Take 2-3 minutes. We'll wrap up, and then we'll bring Leon back in. And I love listening to you. And you know what, guys? It's worth coming to NRG just to meet Lori. Everything else is icing on the cake. And I guess it's a cake with no sugar cake, and it's got no gluten free or whatever. I had to add that. But where do you see the organization going in 2025 and beyond? What's kind of your vision? Because you're my right hand, and you know what? You drink the NRG Kool-Aid, right? You drink the Kool-Aid. Yeah. What I've been preaching, and I mean, I said we're going to be in 10 countries, and we're almost halfway there. If we're not, I know UK and India are next. But where do you see us going? And I want that answer, because I want people to really listen to my director of networking, who means the world to me. Lori, you're an amazing woman, amazing person, and an amazing friend. And I know you're coming back in May to Maryland. So those of you within a couple of hours, come join us. But what's your vision for 2025 for NRG and us working together?
Okay, well, I know you and I, Mike, we're visionaries. And so
absolutely,
you have the vision, and I can see this vision. I can see it exploding. I can see this becoming, if not the greatest, one of the greatest networking organizations internationally that is known to the world. I believe that we will make that 10 countries next year. I believe we will. I am very international, and you and I are working really together on that piece of bringing other countries into our international group. And I can see definitely being in at least 10 countries. It's not going to take much to do that. I can see us being in all 50 states, having groups, meetings representing all 50 states. I can see that university piece really, really blowing up. I can see that. I can see your love and your heart that is behind that. And what that's going to do for the members is going to provide so many priceless resources of information. Like you say, it's a vault of information, right?
Yeah.
It's a vault that the members will have access to. And just that piece alone, I believe, can be so valuable that just for that piece, people will want to join NRG, let alone for all of the networking opportunities and the things that come from those connections. I think that piece will become very valuable, and it will be given as a gift to the members, which is beautiful. I believe that it's also allowing you and I together, we're creating event opportunities for the members to speak, to be heard, to get their voice out, to let people know who they are and what they do. We have a lot of events that we're opening, including some of mine and some of yours as well. And I think those are priceless. Those opportunities to speak and share to the world what we do, that is going to blow up their businesses. That is going to let them expand and explode and go wherever they want to go with it, because they're going to be known, they're going to get seen, and their voice will be heard. So I think, with all of these pieces that we're opening, and then on top of that, all of the special bonuses that you're putting into the memberships, financially and bonding, the trip and the opportunity of doing things together as NRG. I just feel like that is going to bring people even closer together. It's going to provide opportunities that for many of them may have seen those opportunities as a goal that is not reachable for them to be able to do and be a part of. And I think that's going to give them that gift of being able to accomplish those things that they may have dreamed of, but thought they would never be able to do. So there's a lot of different avenues that we're growing. And I think it's just going to be a huge blessing for all of the membership. I would invite everyone to come check it out. And especially on your event on the 13th, where they can learn about our vision for next year. I think that's going to be a key meeting that people who are not in NRG, but were interested in looking into it, I think they definitely should come and join us to hear some of those pieces that are coming as of January and throughout this new year. So it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be beautiful.
I appreciate that, Lori. I'm excited. We're going to bring Leon back in. And, if you're just jumping on now, Lori's an amazing person, as honest as they come, as sincere as they come. And, we really all need to have a philanthropic side. And Lori's the perfect person. So, Leon, I am going to turn it back to you in Studio 54.
All right, right on. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Lori. Listening to y'all
talk,
a lot of what y'all talked about was attitude.
Yeah.
Right. I didn't hear anything where we talked about skill. I didn't hear anything we talked about education. Right. Now, I'm not saying I'm not a proponent of that, but I heard y'all talk about mindset and attitude. And isn't that so true for so much of what we do? That
Yeah.
it's mindset and attitude and belief in yourself, right? Right. Yeah, so much of that. So I was really, really glad to hear y'all talking about those things. Right on. So now let's get some contact information, because folks watching the show, watching the replay, they're gonna want to get in touch with you. Lori, let's start with you. How do folks get in touch? You to go ahead and verbalize it out so they can hear it, write it down, or they can open up some type of application on their phone, like a text messaging thing or something. They can do it right away. So, because I'm trying to get away from pen and paper, and that's one of my goals for next year. Okay, go ahead. How do they get in touch with you?
They can text me on my cell phone, and that is 916-660-2039. 916-660-2039. Or they can email me at lori@lorilundin.com. LORILANDIN.com.
All right, right on. And Mike, how does everybody get in touch with you?
So, best way to reach me is by text. It's 443-756-9656. I'm on so many Zooms, so that's why texting is the best. You can also email me. It's mike@networkreferralgroup.com. If you are international, I'm going to add this, Leon. If you're international, You can reach me on WhatsApp. It's the same as the cell number. And that's where I talk to the folks that are international coming to NRG, the 443-756-9656. I'm on WhatsApp quite a few times during the day now, plus LinkedIn, Facebook Messenger, email, and text, and running Zooms. And
I'm the same
Leah,
app as well.
Leon, do you want to? I know we're wrapping up here. Do you want to give our viewers a snippet of the university? Because you're the studio, Studio 54. And Lori, the reason I say Studio 54, that was the big studio in New York back in the day when Madonna got started in disco music. So I have that on Sirius Satellite. But you want to give everyone a little snippet, Leon, of what we're doing? Do we have
Here's
time?
what we'll do with NRG University, the Leon Thomas Group. What we're doing is recording some educational pieces to let folks know more about NRG, and more importantly, how to get the most out of your NRG membership. It's more than just networking, right? And that's one of the best things that I like about Network Referral Group. And Mike, we're going to now go public with the first snippet of you telling us NRG history.
Oh my gosh.
This is the first. It hasn't, we have not done a lot of editing to this.
Haven't seen
You
it, Lori.
haven't seen it. Lori hasn't seen it. I've seen it.
out.
A few of our students have seen it, and they've been working on it. So I'm going to go ahead and show it right now.
Awesome.
And
Thank
we're
you.
only going to look at just a few, maybe a minute or so of it. All right. So you should be seeing a studio on your screen. Are you seeing that now?
We are.
All right. Great. Here we go. If you look in the upper right corner there.
Mike Weiner, the CEO and founder of Network Referral Group, tells us the history of NRG.
I'm Mike Weiner, Network Referral Group CEO and founder. I started NRG back in 2001. The reason that I started NRG was I had made 40,000 cold calls in the copier industry. I knew there had to be a better way. I came up with a referral program idea. We started meeting in 2000.
And well, there
I
you are.
the arrow, better way. Can I have that arrow and stick it on my street corner? That is awesome. That is awesome, Leon. Thank you.
Calling.
So that's what we have to look forward to. We're enjoying working with you, Mike, on this project.
Absolutely.
It's great experience for everyone. And so, folks, when we're going to have NRG, the new website, and NRG University up in January, right, Mike? That's
January 1. January 1.
January 1, you're going to be able to go and hear all kind of groovy things there. And if the Leon Thomas Group can help you with some things regarding your webcast, podcast, and any shows that you have, get in touch with us. That's Leon. I don't even know the name of the company, and it's got my name on it. The Leon Thomas Group. .com, LeonThomasGroup.com. I'd like to thank our producer, Dr. Jay Racinko, Dr. Jay, the producer, for the great work that he does in the background today. And also, I'd like to congratulate Dr. Jay. It looks like we're going to close on a first municipal account.
Ooh.
With the city of Ambridge, Pennsylvania. Looks like that's going to happen. And Dr. J was the man who got that spearheaded. So we're very proud and happy for everything that's going on there. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching NRG this week. Lori, it's good to see you again. Thanks for being here. Mike, good to see you as always, because we go back a couple of minutes, and in 25, we'll actually call it 3 minutes. Okay, everybody. Thanks for watching NRG. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Take care. Thanks, Lori, and thanks, Leon.
We'll see you next time, everybody. Bye.
Bye.